Hey, what's up guys? It's Lee here at Exhale e-cigarettes, and today I'll be doing a quick tutorial on how to use the Kuro Concepts CW-25. It's a wonderful little coil wrapper that we sell here. I'm going to be covering both the single coil and a dual coil build on that. Alright, so let's get started. The CW-25 has two holes on it. Don't get confused. The first one here on the back, away from the logo and everything, that is the set screw for the center pin. This particular one is a 2.5 millimeter, but it also comes in a 3 millimeter. The front one here is the one that you'll want to use, and you're going to go ahead and thread your canthal through that. And now, first things first, let's start off with this single coil. It's really simple. All you're going to do is feed your canthal through that hole in the side and leave a little bit behind. I leave about a half an inch on the back here that you can pinch with your thumb or your forefinger. And then it's as easy as sticking this on and twisting. Now, single coils are real easy. They don't have any trouble getting started. But as you twist, as you keep spinning this top part around, you want to put some pressure on it. Push it against the base that you're holding, just to keep that coil nice and firm and tight. Once you've got the right number of reps, we're going to go ahead and clip the wire right at the hole there and pinch your free wire there so it doesn't come off in your face. And you want to pinch it flush with the top there so you can see there's none left. And I've left a little bit, about 4 or 5 millimeters here on the end, just to stick into the posts on your RDA. Yeah, CW-25. That is a beautiful coil. So we're going to go ahead and pull this off. I like to take my clippers and kind of stick them right under that free side there and just pull it off. Now, you're going to have a little bit of one of the leads sticking out, the lead that was inside the coil wrapper. So what I'll typically end up doing is I'll set this guy back down on top, grab the spinner piece, and just shove this back down. You can do a little bit of twisting here, holding that free lead, kind of tighten your coil up a little bit, and voila! There is your coil. Now, I've used these before, and after I put this coil on, I won't even have to pinch it. Usually I can just wick it and go. Let's go ahead and move on to our parallel coil. Now for the parallel coil, what I'll end up doing is I'll have my length of wire. I'll put the two ends together, kind of get those even, and loop the back and pinch it together. So we don't actually have to cut it here. It's going to spread apart and look wonky, but you just want to fold over the back just like that. Next, you want to take your two leads and stick them into that hole. And go ahead and push it up till it's about the same length as before, leaving a good ½ inch there for you to put your thumb on. Now, the parallel coil is a little bit more difficult to get started. What I'll typically do is take the handle here, spin it around and get my parallel started. And then, once you get to here, once you've got a little bit, almost one full turn started, you want to take it and take your lower wire, go ahead and split them apart, take your lower wire and go another half of a loop. Now what this does is it gets it so that the coil can allow itself to move up smoothly. You see I have them sticking out on opposite sides. You're going to put one of those wires on each side of these screws. Just like that. Now on this one, you want to start twisting a little bit more slowly. The problem is sometimes these parallel coils will tend to wrap on top of each other, and you can spin either end, either the head or the handle. And once it started going, you can start pushing down a little bit more, be a little bit more aggressive, and move a little more quickly as you're wrapping this coil. And it wraps it just like butter. Last thing, push it down a little bit, tighten that coil up. And then you take your slightly longer lead and go ahead and finish that off with your thumb. Just push that around. Same thing as before. You want to clip this last wire off. Flush right at that hole. And then use pliers or your clippers or whatever you have handy to go ahead and pry the coil out. Now, just like before, we've got one lead out there that needs to be fixed a little bit and helped and prodded. So go ahead and flip it over and stick it back on the coiler. Oops. Go ahead and stick it back on the coiler. And use that coiler head to push that down nice and tight against the rest of the coil. If it's offset like this, then you can go ahead and wrap it one more time. You can flip it over if you need to and use your longer leads, like I'll do here. And go ahead and wrap those around so that they're facing the same direction, if that's what your coil, or if that's what your RDA needs. Go ahead and keep pressing a little bit, keep it tight, and I'll finish it off with my thumb. Now again, we have a beautiful coil here that won't need to be pinched with pliers or anything when you put it on your RDA. So the Canthal that I used on this coiler today was 24 gauge Canthal. You can do singles or parallels with everything from 32 all the way down to, I believe, 20 gauge fits on this coiler. Now if you're interested in seeing this up close and personal and trying it out yourself, come in to Exhale and come get your own little taste of the future.